no way you could get around it. It's nothing you could say. It's nothing that could be said. It's nothing that could be said after this game. They opened up on us. They came out and opened up on us. Anytime you have two plays that go for 150 yards combined and 2 touchdowns, come on, man. Deshaun, they opened the game. They opened the game on us with the player that I feared the most, and that was Deshaun Jackson. They opened up on us, man. I don't think we played a bad game. I think Nick Foles had a good offensive game. I think the receivers were there for him and available for him. I think the defensive line did, well, they obviously did better than the Saints were getting pressure to them. I mean, we were able to get a sack. But shout out to the Bucs, man. I want to give credit to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line is better than I thought it would be. It's better than I thought it would be. You know, we couldn't get we didn't get as much pressure on Fitzpatrick like I thought we would. We were able to get an interception. We were able to get 2 turnovers in this game. So our defense didn't play a bad game, but we got gashed with those 2 big plays. The one with Howard where we missed the tackle, and the one where Deshaun Jackson just did a Deshaun Jackson type thing. Deshaun Jackson is known for that type of stuff. They didn't do anything on the ground like I thought they wouldn't. It was through the air, man. It was through the air. And then when we got gashed with those 2 big plays, it seems like that we start calling a game plan to give them cushion so we don't get beat deep. But you got to still play your game. You got to still play your game. You got to still play your game. We rallied back. We rallied back. I believe if we would have got them with a 3-and-out after we brung the game to 6, I believe we would have had a game-winning drive and won that game. We lost this game by 6. It looks worse. When they show you the highlights, it'll look way worse than what it is. But a lot of takeaways you can get from that game. We had a bunch of injuries that happened in the first half of the game. Ajayi went out. Ajayi came back in the second half. Peters went out. I don't think Peters came back. Mike Wallace didn't come back. For us to not have any receivers, we definitely moved the ball. Corey Clement did his thing when Ajayi went out. Smallwood contributed as well. We didn't miss a lot of tackles. Like I said, we created 2 turnovers. It's just a few things that hurt us. Those big plays, man. Those big plays hurt us. Them opening the game with the touchdown. Us missing a field goal at the end of the half and then getting the ball back at the half and then not doing nothing with it. But I want to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers definite credit. I think if Fitzpatrick takes this guy's job, I think the Buccaneers are a force to be reckoned with. I truly believe the Buccaneers can be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, doing it 2 times in a row is not a fluke. They're a real football team. Obviously, they're a real football team. They just beat 2 playoff teams. They're 2-0. It's not all bad for us as Eagles fans right now because at the minimum, everybody will be 1-1 in the division. That's not even the minimum. That's just a fact. We're just waiting for this one last game to play out tonight, the Giants and the Cowboys. I got the Cowboys going 0-2. On the bright side of things, we didn't lose with all of our weapons. You know what I mean? We lost the game by 6 points without our starting quarterback, without our #1 wide receiver, with a bunch of injuries, people coming in and out, rotating. We still showed that champions rally back. We didn't lay down. We could have laid down and got blown out because they were looking to blow us out. Let's make no mistake about that. They were looking to blow us out. We could have laid down. We could have got blown out. I would say this game fell more on the defensive I would say it's even. I would say this game was a little even. I think it fell on more of the offense and the defense. Jake Elliott, man, Jake Elliott makes me cringe every time he kicks the ball for some reason. I just feel like he has the capability of missing. He's missed extra points. He's missed field goals. We can't have that. I think he missed a field goal in the Super Bowl or extra point, one or the other, but we cannot have that. Can't have the kicker missing field goals. Unacceptable. Especially when you're behind. Because think about this. You hit that field goal. We only need a field goal to send it to overtime. We had to go for the gusto. You know what I mean? Even though we didn't have time, but it's more manageable to get in the field goal range with 30 seconds and kick a long field goal to attempt and go out like that than to have to get a touchdown where they could play prevent defense and put Mike Wallace on the field as a safety. You know what I mean? That's just the type of stuff that they did. I mean, us missing that field goal, very irritating to me. But I feel like Nick Foles soldiered up. Nick Foles looked like a warrior. But unfortunately for Nick Foles, it is time to turn the keys over because I heard Carson Wentz will be clear for contact next week. Not a bad loss in my opinion. Not a bad loss. They didn't blow us out. It was a road game. It wasn't a division game. We went on the road with our backup QB trying to hold the fort down until Wentz got back. But shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That wide receiver core is very talented. Very talented. Especially, they kind of remind me of us at full strength. They remind me of us at full strength. Simply because the tight end has wide receiver capabilities, like how Zach Ertz and O.J. Howard, they're kind of similar, man. Kind of similar with the way they can run routes and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think the NFC South need to be put on notice. The NFC South need to pay close attention to those boys, man. You need to pay close attention to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They ain't in my division, so unfortunately we done with them. They got their win on us. I mean, we have yet to play a division game. We won't play a division game until I think week 6. So, you know, we just got to rack up these little wins in between. I mean, the division is settling in. The Redskins lost today. The Redskins are exactly what I thought they were. I mean, it's the Cardinals. Right now, the Cardinals are being beheaded by the Rams. You know, it's the Cardinals. Nothing for us to worry about there in that regard. Like I said, big showdown, Sunday night showdown. All we need is one of these teams to win. Everybody will be 1-1. In a perfect world, they'll tie. But again, I predicted us to win this game 28-13. We lost this game 27-21 to a strong offensive team, man. Really strong offensive team. I thought that our defense would be able to match up better with them. Our defense didn't match up bad. I mean, the defense didn't really give up the game, but the defense gave up those 2 big plays. Because if you could shore up the tackle on those plays, you could possibly hold them to field goals or anything. That's 14 points we gave up on 1-play drives. Unacceptable. And we lost by 6 and we missed the field goal. So I believe that the game was definitely ours to win. At one point it was 7-7. The game was definitely ours to win. It was 7-7 after they gashed us for that 1 play. You know what I mean? It was definitely ours to win. We didn't capitalize on a few things, a few missed tackles. We good, though. We in good shape, though. Like I said, Carson's coming back. One more time, shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going to take this one on the chin, Eagles Nation. Take it on the chin. We're going to pay close attention to this Sunday night matchup. And then we're going to move on to the Colts, who just dubbed up the Redskins. So this ain't no setback. It's not like we got put out the playoffs. It's a loss. It's a regular season loss. We good with that. We good with that. We good with that. We know how this goes for us, Eagle Nation. We are looking to win the division, get in the playoff spot, and get the highest seed possible. Then we move from there. We setting our standards one thing at a time. You can't go in thinking that, oh, I'm gonna repeat. You can't go and think like that. You gotta go in and get it done piece by piece. Win your division, get you a high seed in the playoffs, and then rock out from there and go to the Super Bowl. At the end of the day, I believe our record will still be better than the Bucs, but they got us. The Bucs got us. We take this on the chin. We move forward. This didn't end our season. We 1-1. Congratulations to the Bucs. The division is still ours to lose. We straight. Carson comes back next week against the Colts. We are good to go. We good to go. So one more thing. I wanna let the subscribers know that I have secured a sponsorship with Alpha Grips. I'll let you guys know a little bit more about Alpha Grips. I'll let you guys know a little bit more about Alpha Grips when I get the actual merchandise in the mail. I'll be doing some giveaways. These giveaways are not just for Eagles fans. These giveaways are for whoever subscribes to me and whoever follows the rules to the giveaway. Pretty dope subscription. It's my first sponsorship, brand sponsorship, and I'm ecstatic about this one, man. These guys were on Shark Tank and everything, so this is a real good one, man. So shout out to Benjamin and everybody over there at the Alpha Grips team. And yes, I am upset about this loss. Yes, I am upset because I feel like we could have won this game. They were the better team today. I'm not going to do what the Falcons did and say we weren't the better team. That's child's play. They were the better team on the field today. We take our loss. We move on like men. The Philadelphia Eagles way. And did I mention I'm back at you with the back at you? You know what I mean? Nothing changes with us. Nothing changes with us. Now we got to start game planning for the Colts because losing 2 in a row is unacceptable. Losing 2 in a row is something that will not happen. We got the tape on. We got the tape on the Redskins' pathetic performance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things to look forward to. We didn't let up and get blown out. One thing that really did bother me, though, I feel like we could have done without one of those go forward on 4th down things. You know what I mean? We went forward on 4th down like 3 or 4 times. The one right out of the gate at the half, I think we didn't need to go for that one. You know what I mean? We didn't need to go for that one. We gave up easy field position. I believe they only scored 1 time in the second half. So we got it together, but we gave them easy field position on that one time they did score. So just something to think about right there. We got to pick and choose when we want to go forward on 4th down. Sometimes it's not worth it. We need to trust the defense that we do have. But also at the same time, the offense need to get rolling. So we won't have to press and be like, we got to get them rolling. We need to get this to keep them on the field. No. One of them times we could have trusted the defense. The outcome of this game could have surely been different. But we take this on the chin, 1-1. It's cool. 1-1. You know, a lot of teams got embarrassed. At least it wasn't a tie. 1-1. That does everybody justice. So move on to the Colts. This is one of the few times we've tasted defeat in a very long time, Eagles Nation. It's just a regular season loss. No need to panic on anybody. The sheriff is back next week, and we're gonna move on from there. We see you, Colts. We'll see you in Philly.